skate. When she skates by with some guy on her.
It's February again. That means people are celebrating Valentine's Day. So all of the normal, well-adjusted adults are out celebrating their happy and successful adult relationships. Meanwhile, the rest of us sit alone in the dark, staring into the abyss, wondering which one of us will blink first. I think I'm losing. Ooh, Nietzsche! All jokes aside, I wanted to take this opportunity to sit down and talk with everyone about a trope that I've seen a lot in media and has started bleeding over into real life. And so I figured this was an opportune time to do this because it's a relationship trope, and it's February, Valentine's Day, all that jazz. So, what I am talking about this week is the nice guy trope. Now, this goes under a variety of different names. The venerable TV Tropes calls it the dogged nice guy. Some people call this the nice guy TM. I'm just going with this as the nice guy trope. Now, this trope has existed over a number of years in a couple of different forms of media, such as television and movies, and has different sort of permutations to it, but there is one unifying characteristic. The relationship is almost always a heterosexual male pursuing a heterosexual female. They're typically white, but that's another issue. In this relationship, the woman isn't particularly interested in the guy, but he is overly nice to her. He is very nice, and he listens to all her problems, and he goes out shopping with her, etc., etc. And because he is nice, because he is so gosh darn nice, the woman eventually decides to go out in a relationship with this man. And there are several problems with this trope. The biggest problem by far with this trope is that it is incredibly sexist, and it removes anything resembling free agency for the women involved. Because a man was nice to you, now you owe him a relationship. That's how this trope works. And it is incredibly sexist because it assumes that the woman is going to be interested in the man if he's nice to her. It doesn't matter if he has any other characteristics. If he has a stable job, or if he's handsome, or if he's funny, or if he's smart. All that matters is that he's nice, and because of that, the woman owes him a relationship. And it doesn't really matter how she feels, because he's right for her, because he's so gosh darn nice. It removes anything resembling agency from the female character, and slots her into... She's basically an accessory for the male character. It's something that he acquires and then holds on to through his attributes. It doesn't matter what the woman wants. It's just about the man. And it would be fine if the trope just stayed in media and we recognized that it was an unrealistic portrayal of relationships, just like a Prince Charming coming along and saving the princess and solving all of her problems. That's not how the real world works. The problem is that this has bled over from media into the real world. You can go on numerous internet forums, and I will admit mostly online dating forums, but there are other forums on the internet where you have men who are constantly complaining that women do not like nice guys anymore. And they do not understand that there has to be more to a relationship than just being nice. The problem with this trope is that it lowers the bar down to basic human interaction. I'm not saying that we shouldn't be nice. I am all in favor of everyone being nice and civil and polite to each other. That makes society work better. The problem is people, specifically young males, expect to be rewarded for doing something that we expect from everyone else. And then they get into a huge fit because their perceived reward is being denied to them when it is not a reward that they should be given. Because first of all, being a nice person, caring about other people and listening to their problems and helping them and being friends is something that we expect for society to work. If we were all amoral sociopaths, the entire thing would collapse into a fit of burning chaos. It just simply wouldn't work. The other problem is that they are looking at a relationship, and specifically a woman, as a reward, as an object. And this is a huge problem. A woman is not an object. She is not a reward. She is not a trophy to be won or an achievement to be unlocked. She is a person with her own aspirations, her own goals, her own dreams, her own ambitions, all of those million, billion complicated things that take this mass of meat and turns it into a living, breathing person with their own soul, their own mind, everything that defines a person. And they do not understand this. They expect women to be just objects which are handed to them in return for their being a nice guy. Listen, you don't get rewarded for just being a nice guy unless you go to extremes of being a nice person. You have to be motherfucking Gandhi or Mr. Rogers to get recognized for being nice. Being a basic, civil, polite human being does not merit any sort of commendation whatsoever, other than being allowed into society and not thrown into an 8x10 cell. My main point that I am trying to illustrate is that through fiction and through media, even if it's just accidental, creators of media have managed to perpetuate an incredibly sexist and objectifying stereotype, which has caused an entire generation of young men to assume that they have been jilted out of their happy ending by being a good person. And that's not how the real world works. We need to act as consumers of media to say, no, we cannot have this sort of thing in our media. We need to tell people how the real world works so they don't grow up and assume that just for being a decent guy who acts okay to people, he's going to get a woman out of it. That's not how it works. So hopefully I have helped make you all aware of this trope and understand why it is bad, even if I got a little hysterical there in the middle. But I want you to all be aware of this in the future and try to take small steps to fight it. Confront people who complain that nice guys finish last. Ask them, why do they think nice guys finish last? Ask them, what are they bringing to the relationship aside from just being nice? And furthermore, if you yourself consider yourself a nice guy, ask yourself, is there anything I personally could do to improve myself to make women like me better? And this could be anything from, working out, learning some tricks like magic, card tricks. Have a personality. Don't be just nice. Because people, when they want a relationship, want more than just someone who's nice. They want someone with depth, someone with character. And so you need to develop and grow beyond these basic human civilities which keep our society together and keep us all from burning everything down, throwing our shit at each other like monkeys at the zoo, because that's what we are, sophisticated monkeys. Anyway, that's my video for this week. So thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment and like us on Facebook. I don't know, stuff down there. It's all down there, hopefully. And be sure to read my book review this week, and hopefully I will get another video out for February. I'm thinking of doing a steampunk and dieselpunk lecture. So if you think of anything that you would like me to talk about, let me know. I know I have a request on Vietnam. I'm just trying to figure out how to do that. So thanks again, and be sure to stop by the Arsenal.
I'll say I'm sorry, she'll say it's not your fault. Or is it? She'll eye me suspiciously, hearing the whir of the servos inside. She'll scream and try to run, but there's no way she can hide. When a crazy cyborg wants to make you his robot bride, well, it's gonna be the future soon.
There are acts of love and extravagant generosity in whose aftermath nothing is more advisable than to take a stick and give the eyewitnesses a good beating. This will obscure any memory traces. Hey, Carvan, remember that time I drove your mom to the hospital?